Oh, shoot. I tell you, every time I come up here, I mess it up. Okay. Hello. I am so late. To be honest, I totally forgot. I got very, very busy. And then when I got home, I just started chilling. And the funny thing about it is, I just happened to be going through my phone and saw that my ass was supposed to have been live like 30 minutes ago. I was like, oh shit. Anyway, thank you to those who came in who came in prior. I'm so sorry that I wasn't here on time. I when I schedule a live, I schedule it for a reason so that I can be here on time and not waste anybody else's time. So I would like to start off by saying that, hi, Miss Beverly. Thank you so much for coming back, dear. I know it's late. It's 9 o'clock Cali time, so it's about midnight of the further east you go. So this is going to be kind of quick. Let me share this now. And while I'm sharing this, I won't be able to be in the chat because I'm going to read something. Now, this Dr. Fowler. Now, I'm talking about, let me see, where is he? Here he is. I'm going back to the George Floyd case, okay? Do you all remember this man on the screen? Actually, let me go down here first. Oh, shoot. I'm child. When I tell you I'm over here pushing all kind of buttons, hold on one second. I don't know why I do this every time I get my behind up here. Hold on. Okay, so this doctor on the screen right here. This is the doctor. Hey, Rick Lee. Hey, Beverly. Hey, M. Shantae. Thank y'all for coming back. As I said, I forgot. So I'm going to make this because I know people, it's kind of late. But this doctor that's on the screen, I don't know if you all remember, but this is the doctor that refused to say that the officer Chauvin was on top of George. On top of hold on. I don't know what's this about. Anyway, he didn't want to say that he was on top of George Floyd's neck. So the prosecution says, well, where was he? He says, well, I wouldn't call it on his neck. When you say on top of, I think of on top. Yes, he was on it, but he wasn't on top of him. And what kind of struck me is, number one, his credibility. I understand that he's retired and everything, but from the very jump, I really felt like this man was trying to either help or trying to, lessen the blow of what we all saw with our own eyes. He didn't want to see this man go to jail, or he didn't want to feel like he was the cause. He was playing word games. He was playing word games, and because he was playing word games, this is what's getting ready to happen to him. Now, this article is from it's from the National, and it says Maryland to probe cases handled by ex-medical examiner who testified in the Chauvin trial. So, see, they finna go through all his shit because of what he said on that stand. I haven't been to school for anything what they were talking about, but you didn't need to know that this man was deflecting. This man did not want to tell the truth. And because he did that now, all of his stuff is suspect, is speculated. This is what the article says really quickly. Maryland officials will conduct an independent review of reports of deaths in police custody during the tenure of retired Chief Medical Examiner Dr. David Fowler. That's his ass up there on the screen. Representatives from the Office of the Governor and Attorney Generals has confirmed it. They confirmed it Saturday. Fowler served as Maryland's chief medical examiner from 2020 to 2019. He was in the spotlight as a defense witness in the trial of former Minneapolis officer Derek Chauvin, who was convicted on murder and manslaughter charges this week in the death of George Floyd. Now, Fowler testified that he believed that Floyd had died of a sudden cardiac event due to his underlying heart disease while being restrained by police, citing multiple possible contributing factors such as drugs in his system and potential exposure to carbon monoxide from vehicle exhaust. Yeah, that's the fool on the screen that said all that, okay? Mm-mm-mm. While Hennepin County medical examiner concluded that Floyd's death was a homicide, Fowler, the doctor, he argued that the manner of death should be classified as undetermined. Now, that testimony alarmed Washington's D.C. former chief medical examiner, Dr. Roger Mitchell Jr., and I'm glad it did alarm him. Now, he wrote an open letter calling for an investigation into Fowler's medical license, as well as a review of the Maryland Medical Examiner offices under his leadership. And guess what? He got 458 other doctors to sign this letter as well. You see, when you get up there, I don't know what his motives are. Like I said, I can only assume and suspect by his actions. That man knew that the stuff that he was saying, it was unfathomable. He knew that. Why was he trying to protect this man? Why was he trying to protect this man? What did he have to gain in this? This man is retired. What did he gain by getting on that stand trying to sway the jury, risking what was so big to risk his credibility? Retired. He's been in the business for years. Why would he jeopardize this? What? I just want to know. It continues to read, signatories of the open letter criticize Fowler's testimony about Floyd's cause of death, and especially the suggestion that carbon monoxide exposure may have contributed to it, as baseless, revealed obvious, biased, and raised malpractice concerns. Listen, he got 458 doctors, not including the one who blew the whistle originally. It continues. Fowler's opinions that Floyd's death during police restraint should be classified as undetermined was outside the standard convictions for investigating and certifying in custody deaths. The letter says, adding that it raises concerns about his previous handling of such cases. This isn't the first case that he's had to deal with in custody police involved cases. He didn't open up a whole can of worms. It continues. Our disagreement with Dr. Fowler is not a matter of opinion. Our disagreement with Dr. Fowler is a matter of ethics. You understand? Mitchell tells NPR the need for review is about the citizens of Maryland. This is about the individuals in this country that die while in custody, while in contact with the criminal justice system. Amen to that. The Office of Maryland Attorney General Brian Frost said he agrees with the need for an independent review and has offered to coordinate it. Now, I will drop the rest of this down in the comments, the link to what I was just reading. So I want to know. Let me get in here. Let's see. What do you guys think? Because I knew from the moment that he opened his mouth with that crap, with his supposed knowledge, not just knowledge and wisdom, his experience. He's been hands-on for years. This was his lane. This was his forte. This is what he went to school for. This is what he's been doing. He was called in as an expert. So what made him get up there and say things that even the common lay person as myself know is absolute bullshit? Hey, Rick. Hey. Hey, Beverly. Thank you for listening. Whatever is in the, what they say, was ever in the wash, come out in the water, in the dryer, however it go. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Hell is late. Whatever this man was into, whatever persuaded him, it's going to end up coming out. And incidentally, this case is not over for Mr. Floyd. May he rest in power. The other three officers, their trial, and I believe they're going to be tried together. I think that they were trying to get out of it and do it separately, but their trial starts this August, and they're all being charged with accessory to every goddamn thing that David Chauvin was charged with and convicted with. See, these three men were probably watching this case harder than anybody else. They had all eyes, because you know what? Had David Chauvin got off, they wouldn't have been charged with anything, because they wouldn't have been able to, the prosecution would not have been able to say that they aided and embedded in something that had been proven not to be a fact. So this was very important all the way around the board. Hi, Orange Man. I'm sorry I didn't see you. How you doing? Let me see. Fowler testimony was a poor excuse for an examiner. He was paid. You know what? That's what I'm saying. This is a retired man. What made him put? He knew he was lying. He knew it was some bullshit. He know. Listen, my grandkids know. Just by common sense, he didn't even want to say that the man was on top of George. He didn't want to say it. I would say that he was on him, but on top. When you're on top, what you mean? Well, was his knee on the side of George Floyd? Was his knee at the bottom of his neck, or was it on top? He didn't even want to say it. He had to be boxed in. And it's sad. And it's sad because he looked like he was a little long in the tooth to be cutting up and lying like that. None of us know when we gonna meet our maker, no matter the age. But that silverback, no, he ain't had no business up there telling that kind of lie, any kind of lie, but that kind of lie. Not only his reputation, what about his friends and family? No one looked at his ass like he was crazy. We'll never know. I just wanted to give my opinion on that. I will be keeping up with his ass in their investigation. They're opening up every case his ass has been involved with since his tenure there. Every case involving in custody deaths. They're going to look at it because of the BS that he sat up there and tried to spew out to try to save this man. Talking about the exhaust. Oh, the car, the exhaust. Who even said it was on? It's ridiculous. And come August, all eyes will be back on this trial because I want to know. I want to know. I tell you what. Let me see. He said the body strain did not cause the breathing difficulties, liar, and the devil. Yes. Hearing exposed for all of the other unwriting victims. Right. But here's the thing. I can't imagine why would you tarnish what you've built and stood on for years? Why would you I'm thinking payment but how much money would you accept? If any? Is there a dollar amount for that? To throw away your everything? For one man? for one man. It don't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Don't be frustrated, Orange Man. We want you to get to your destination safely. So it was just a question that I had. This wasn't a. Yes, it exposed him. And if you go back when you have a chance, I just read an article. Shit, I just forgot where it was from, but I am going to be posting it and I'll pin it. They're opening up all his stuff because of what he said. There was one doctor that wrote a letter and it was signed by 458 other physicians stating why they felt like Dr. Fowler's testimony was BS. You got 458 other physicians. Why did he do it? What was worth that? What is worth that? What's worth that? What's worth that? And he saw what we all saw. You didn't have to be in. And I know they have the witnesses and they can't see, but they saw. The world saw before this trial even started. It's ridiculous. And let me tell you something. I don't know which one that it was, but whichever one of those, the other three that's going up for trial in August, when one of them said, and we heard on the tape, should we turn him over? Speaking of Mr. Floyd, may he rest in power. And Siobhan said no, or he's good, or he can sit right there. He did nothing further. He didn't push it. He didn't press the issue. His defense is going to be that David Chauvin was the senior officer. That's what he's going to go in there talking about. I was doing what I was told. That shit will not fly. It won't fly. Hey, Miss M. Shantae. The most instances have corruptions within people. Well, yes, cheat and kill for different reasons. Money and power, right. But you know what? I mean, yeah, and you know what? Blackwell, oh my Lord. Mr. Blackwell, he was so inviting to me. And he was so, I mean, the way that he articulated himself, the way that he had the testimony broken down. When he questioned the people on the stand, he phrased the question so that the answer was so in lay terms that everybody understood it. He was very good at what he did. One thing I did notice though, when the defense would object to nonsense, he would cut his eyes really quick and the top of his lip would like go up for a half a second, just a half a second, and then he would compose himself. So I was like, yeah, tell him to shut his ass up. You do not interrupt me in closing. But yes, I was very proud. He stood up there and he got the facts out, even from the people that wasn't even there to testify for the prosecution. Guess what? They ended up testifying for the prosecution because they had no choice but to answer the questions. And the way that he worded it, the truth had to come out. The truth had to come out. I will say I am very happy that the defense did not hound the young witness. I can't remember her name, the beautiful 7-year-old girl, or was she 8? Anyway, the one that was standing there with the young lady who took the film. And here's one more thing. I listen, not saying that they need to, not saying that they should, but Indy a little nosy. I would like to know, to the woman that actually caught this on film, not knowing that this is going to be as big as it was, not knowing that she was actually taping the last breaths of a man. She didn't know any of that. She just saw some stuff going down and it was wrong. But not for this tape. But not for her recording. Her recording. Would his family had gotten as far or as they did, or would it have just been the doctored up police report that they ended up showing, that lying ass police report? It just would have been a police report, right? If she didn't get that in its entirety, I want to know if they sent her a couple of dollars. Listen, hey. I just want to know. I just want to know. I'm not saying that they obligated. I'm not saying that they should. I'm not saying that they shouldn't. I'm just saying that I'm nosy. And I can say this. I'm not going to say this because I can't say if it were me, because I have not been in that situation, and I pray to God myself or none of you, nobody ever has experienced that, because that was some wrong ass shit. But I would like to think that, this is a young lady probably in college or college bound. What was she, 18, 17 at the time of the video? So she should be 18, 19. Maybe they slid her, a little something, something, but for her video in its entirety, the angle of it. And like they said, I'm gonna keep it real. A lot of girls her age that I know of, they can barely keep battery on their phone. They always on their phone, texting, making videos or whatnot. So just the fact that she even had enough juice to even stand there on that corner and take this video, that was the ultimately, it was the main thing in the trial. I know she was overjoyed, like most of you saw her tweet when David was found guilty, and she said, "We did it. We did it." That says a lot about this woman and her beautiful soul. It really does. God bless her, and I pray that she or no one else, especially the young girl, are affected by this negatively for a long time. They may have to have counseling. Who knows? Hell, a lot of our asses need to be in counseling. If we're going to go and tell the truth about some stuff. A lot of us need to be somewhere talking to some damn body laid up on the couch with our feet propped up. Shit. But anyway, I just wanted to come up here and give my opinion on that little piece of it. Dr. Fowler, you are full of it, and I'm glad that they're investigating you, and I hope they dig up everything that you tried to cover up for all the years you were working there in Maryland. The other three will be waiting on you in August. To all of you, thank you very, very, very much for coming out this late. I apologize for forgetting once again. Hey, okay, that's Instagram. I chose not to watch, but it came in from time to time. Yeah, 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 yeah. She was braver than many. Thank you. Yes, she was brave. And I still say, I'm going to leave, but I still say I will always have an issue of what that cup food manager did by sending his employees out to confront anybody. Take George Floyd out the equation. I don't care who it was. You don't send your employees out of your business, out onto the street, across the street, to confront a group of people sitting in a car with tinted windows. You didn't send them out once, you sent them out twice. That was just dumb. Anyway, you all have a good night. Thank you so much for staying up with me, and I'll see you all again. Bye-bye.